Hey guys, I'm Megan.
And I'm Stephanie, and we are
Barn Besties
with
Farm Fresh advice
for you. So we are here to impart the knowledge that we have learned over the years of building and running barns so that you guys don't have to have the problems and the misery and the mistakes that we made. Hope you enjoy our videos. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, right?
Right, and we hope to save you time and money on your new adventures.
Absolutely.
Hi guys, it's Megan with Barn Besties, and I am here with Reese, and she's showing us her beautiful barn. And we're going to talk stalls. So Reese, tell me about your stalls. I want to know all about
Well, take a look. So when we built this barn, we did spend a lot of our budget with the grates, and I'm in Lexington, Kentucky, so we have a lot of access to barn equipment. This is actually called Lucas Equine Company. I put it in. It's been in since 2010 is when we opened the barn. We do have to paint it every once in a while, but that was a good.
No, you paint the metal, or do you just
we
you
paint the
do?
metal, we paint the metal,
Okay.
and we
Does
stain.
it rust? Is that what
It
starts?
You can. You
Okay.
just have to, especially the places where it gets wet. This is Bingo. This is our Grand Prix horse. He's the king. He wanted to be in. And then we did the outside, and that's a grate, and then another door. So that was awesome. We talked about in the first video. My uncle's barn burned in a fire. So I'm really weird about having outside exits. So
I love it.
We have outside exits on all the stalls. This stall was built for Marineful. The king lives in there, so he likes his basically turnout paddock that he lives in.
And how large is it? Like, what's the size? I mean, it looks like
20 by 24.
Yeah,
24.
Yeah. I'm jealous. I have stall envy right now.
Well, they're not all this size.
Yeah.
I did this because it worked quite well when I had them there in full. We could get them right to that pasture, so we were in and out. And
this is perfect.
Yeah, so that worked really well when I had the mirror in full.
Yeah.
Yeah, that worked out really well. So, so we can go down and
you like these latches?
I do. We looked at a lot of latches. Bingo's cripping right now. Stop cripping. Here, come down here. Give me the anxiety. I'm like, don't look at that. Don't look at that.
All right, let's check it out.
So this one's got some storage in it.
Yeah.
At the moment, we're not using it, but it's big. It's big. Yeah, these are big. So this horse actually was just sold to a new home. We loved him. He was a Grand Prix horse. He just got sold. He was a big dude, and so this was a really big stall for him. Hence why there's some storage in here.
And you originally did have buckets.
I had buckets, and then I took them down
to the rubber buckets.
I did, because they were waking me up at night.
Yeah.
And then we put a watering system in. You can see it here. I couldn't afford the watering system, the Lucas water or the Nelson water system. And I also like to monitor what they drink. So this is pretty low tech, and it's been great.
So all you do is turn it.
Yeah, there's not a bucket there.
Yep.
You turn it, and then there's just one slot over here.
Yeah.
But it's fine. You just switch the buckets. It's pretty efficient. We do turn it off in the winter once it starts really freezing. But we're not here.
Yep.
The barn's closed in the winter because we're in Florida.
Yep.
So it's not a huge hassle. But we do drain it, and then we turn it off, and then they're open, and it keeps from freezing in the winter.
This is amazing. Yeah.
This was great. My husband is not a horseman. He is maybe now. He's lived here so long.
He is now.
He is now. He knows a lot. But he was the one that actually said yes to the system, and that was his job when we were dating.
Yeah.
My mom's farm was watering. So if you ever want to get some efficiency, let somebody do the inefficient job, and you'll get what you want. Yeah, and so they worked really well. We've had to do some, but it's pretty low tech plumbing, so it's not a big deal. And
is it under the cement?
That's right.
It is?
Yeah, it's under.
So you had planned. Cool.
Yeah. It was built when the barn was built.
And tell me about your floor.
Yeah, so it's bricks actually.
And it's not the pavers.
No, it's not the pavers.
Okay.
I couldn't afford the pavers. So my builder said, well, why don't we do brick? It'll be really pretty. He's like, I'm not sure how long it'll last. Well, they've been in here now for
and no issues. No bricks have come up.
I've had no trouble.
And it's level.
One thing we don't walk with a tractor. So if you were bringing a tractor in all the time, right? He said that's one thing you can't do.
Is drive on it.
Was drive on it.
Yeah.
So we don't drive on it.
You can't take a Kubota down it.
You can.
You can.
I mean, we do drive on it. I just don't drive on it every day. And I actually don't have a Kubota, so I have a truck. It's not a piece of equipment I barn was set up, I don't think we really need it.
We needed it on ours because we're all over the place. So I love it.
But when I designed the fields, all the fields are designed as a clover leaf.
Okay.
So we can turn around
Come
and
on,
see.
camera lady.
I know Cammy's our angel. Our head manager is our head angel. She's doing.
She did not know.
But she's learning at my part. Well, that's a thing to talk about when we talk about finding people. We're a two-woman show. We have one other person comes in on Sundays, but it's the two-woman show. And it is run by women. Yeah. And we're pretty strong. Yes. But we're not that strong. Yeah. So the farm was really set up for women. Yeah. And it had to be. And my builder was great. He also lived in something similar. He still does. And so he knew, and he also knew his wife is a rider, and he was a rider also. So that is another tip: is find a builder that knows what he's doing.
Understands farming. Understands women.
And understands women. We're a women-owned business. Yeah. So
love it.
Yeah.
Tell us about your pastures.
Yeah. So again, some of this property was designed from the property line of when we bought this property. We owned 20 acres, and it was 4 or 5 acre tracts that we put together. So for tax purposes, that also can help. There's 2 that are gathered and 2 that are separate. We can always sell one if we ever wanted to.
Awesome. That's brilliant.
Yeah, I don't want to sell it, but I could if I needed to. Actually, my neighbor wants to buy it, but I use it for hay, so it's not for sale. And I also, for a long time, used it for I had a bunch of retired horses at the time, and they lived there, so I can use it. And I think that's important when you're setting up a farm, is like multiple usage.
And how much you've changed.
Yeah, I've changed. Megan's known me.
I mean, that's what I love.
Yeah. We met each other when we were 16.
Yeah.
So almost 30 years. Yeah. And we have changed, and the business changes. And so as the business grows and develops,
you have to pivot.
Yeah.
And I love it.
And our driveway's a circle. That's huge.
The barn.
It's around the barn. If you're setting up a barn, make yourself
with a trailer.
Circle. Yeah, and it's really designed for trailers, in and out pretty easily. And
where do your clients park?
They actually park on the other side by the arena.
Okay.
So the arena is behind the barn. Okay. And actually, the main barn's closed to anyone that's coming in with horses. Obviously, they can come use the restroom and what we have in here, but the horses stay outside. So I have an outside wash area out there that people in the summer can wash and stay out of the barn. We have a cross-tie area in the indoor where they can stay. So that's part of what we do. Awesome. So the pastures, this is our little field, and this is our medium field, and then we have a big field. And it's great, again, if you can do different sizes of fields, because this can sustain 2 horses here. And we had a mare foal in here, actually. My neighbor needed a field, so you can have 1 horse or a mare foal in there. You can have 2 in there as well. And then we have another one behind. It's a little bit smaller by the arena. So I tried to lay it out really efficiently when we laid out paddocks, but again, all coming toward the barn, so that when you're pulling horses, you can grab them pretty fast.
And then tell me about maintenance for your farm, for your fencing. Like, did you put it in, or did you have to have a company?
That was the divorce waiting to happen. My husband's not a horse guy, so he was very clear. He was not helping.
Yep, that's
so
good.
It is a woman-owned business. So no, we had a company come and lay it out. They were really helpful. There's one spot we actually put a little field that was just taking off some trees, but it's nice to have another little field. Yeah. And you'll see where we did some playpens. So we have a variety of fields that we can use, because we can tailor what we're doing to horse. If somebody's like, oh, I want my horse to be turned out with a buddy, great. At night, fine. They don't want a buddy, we can accommodate all that.
Yeah. And now when the fence breaks,
oh God,
who fixes it? Because that's why I went with tape, and I'm so excited because this is our first farm with 4 boards, and it's beautiful.
It's also Kentucky. I think it's very. If you look around, that's what we have.
That's
here.
all there is.
That's all there
I
is.
know. I'm so jealous.
Tape is not as widely used. Yeah. No. So this is a little bit where we are. It's expensive. Yeah. I think if I had to do it again, I maybe would do with the black tape, because now wood's expensive and harder to get to do, to find it and maintain it. So we have to paint it. Yeah, we have to. We do all the things with it. So yeah, horses are going to be destructive. Yeah. They just are.
And they eat it.
And so we're constantly trying to maintain it as much as we can. Yeah. And try to do the best we can.
And did you put electric on the inside, or just?
I don't have electric. Okay. I don't have electric, actually. Bingo is my one sort of cribber, and he does it. he just happened to be my best horse, and I showed him internationally, so he sort of is the king. I did not know it when he came, kind of, but he's not that destructive, you know. But when we do go off property, I do tell them and then just put up some electric when we're off property. So, but here I've had him 4.5 years. He's never destroyed a board, so I'm kind of ignore it. I try to ignore it. But yeah, so the fencing, that's what I would recommend is try to get varied sizes if you can. Again, I have a 5-acre field that's just 5 acres. We turn that into a hay field in the spring and summer, and now these fields are resting and the horses are out in the hay field, and then we leave in December, and so all the fields, there's nobody on the fields.
They get a break.
They get a break.
That's
so
super.
I'm able to rotate them.
Mine don't get a break.
Yeah, I'm able to do
It's
that.
unfortunate. Yeah.
Well, we're really lucky I get to go to Florida, so that has been it actually does save me money, in a way, but different money. But the maintenance costs are much less because in the winter, the driveway, it's more, and I can talk about the driveway in a second, but there's more maintenance on that. There's more maintenance on the field. So we shut the barn for 4 months, and so it does rest. Yeah. And then is ready to go when we're back.
That's really unique. I love it.
It is unique.
I love that. And do you rotate your hay fields?
I have not. I don't have the space to do that. So I have to fertilize and seed out there because I don't have the option to rotate because I only have 20 acres.
Yep, and it'll be hay. Perfect.
Yeah, I went to doing hay because of the cost of hay, and I just did some analysis. Like, I'm going to recommend everybody, you do have to do your numbers. You got to look at what hay costs. Like, hay is so expensive now, and so being able to rotate and do hay has saved me almost 10 grand a year.
Wow.
So, and it can sell some too. So it's a big, it makes a big difference.
Do you have someone who comes in and custom bales so you don't have to own the equipment?
Yeah, no, so which is great.
Perfect.
So they're wonderful. It is tough because I have to go around their other crops. Like they do mums in the fall. That's their main crop is mums. And I know, they have cattle. The first year, my 5 acres, they rolled it and took it away. So it wasn't ready for hay because we needed to do that.
The first year is never any good quality.
It's a process.
So it's an investment.
It's investment.
Just like what we're standing in.
All an investment. And then
tell us about the driveway.
The driveway. So this was specially, so I can ride on this. It's stone dust. There's
stone dust.
Like limestone.
So it's like our version of screenings.
Yeah, screenings.
Okay.
And so I can ride on it, and I think horses are good with proprioception.
Yeah.
So they have a hard and a soft.
So it's a track.
It's a track, basically.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I have a grass track.
Yeah.
This is brilliant.
Yeah. So
Reese.
we have also around the paddocks is designed that there's a track there too.
A bridle path.
Yeah, there's a bridle path. So it's 16, 17, 18 feet in between. So there can be horses out and you can ride. I mean, they may run up to. Yeah. Yeah. We try to use it all the time. Like today, we went on a little adventure before you came, and it goes all the way around. So it goes around 15 acres. Yeah. And they can go down by the creek and walk by there, and then there's some the hills. Yeah, for dressage horses specifically, that's good for them to not be on perfect footing all the time. I think. Yeah. That's my opinion.
Because you have grass, you have your arena,
and then we have
show you
this.
the arena, and then you have the limestone. This is way better than we have gravel on our.
Yeah,
we did gravel, and then we covered it with asphalt.
Yeah. So I actually specifically decided not to do that. Yeah. Partly because my mom broke her leg on asphalt. She fell. So her horse slipped and fell on the asphalt. So I have a weird thing about asphalt. It's slick. And so this is great, and it's great in all weather. So when I set it up, I really tried to figure out how I could best use the property all the time. So there's sometimes we get fussy, like Cammie and I have to chase the clients off if it's wet, because I don't want divots in the grass. But then I tell them to go on the driveway. Like, go on the driveway. I
totally understand. I do the same thing.
Like, get off the grass.
Off the grass, people.
Yeah. Because once you kill the grass, like, good luck growing it back.
And the potholes.
Oh, and it gets divotty, and don't do it. Don't get off my. So we'll chase them off of it.
This is awesome. Well, let's move on to video number 3. So, you guys, thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button. Please like, keep watching. And Reese is going to take us into video number 3. Bye.